Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along, you'll know that we've been somewhat knees deep into a refit of our old project Sailboat Aquarius, and one of the challenges we faced, and honestly one of the most outdated pieces of equipment on board, has to be our navigation system. Well, today all that changes. So this week has been a bit like Christmas for me. We finally got our hands on the brand new Orca Display 2 chart plotter and the Orca Core 2. I'm absolutely buzzing to get these unboxed and show you what's inside. And we'll talk a bit about why we chose this particular setup for Aquarius and why it's going to be a game changer for us and our sailing. Okay, let's dive in and have a look at the Orca Display 2, the brain and visual interface of our navigation data. Okay, so first impressions is, wow, this is really nice. I like the big screen. It feels solid and it's chunky and there's some weight in it, which I believe is down to the large battery capacity in it. Here's the power switch and volume buttons just at the top, and they're also used to zoom in and out of the charts. There's a camera here and some speakers somewhere down the side here. Comes with a USB-C charger here, which just plugs into the bottom here. So yeah, first impressions, I'm impressed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it on and get it set up. That might take a minute because I'm sure I'll have to do some downloads and log into a few things. So we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so I've had the tablet on and I've kind of downloaded updates and logged into my Orca account. So let's turn it on and have a look so you can see. Okay, just put in my password. Okay, straight away you can see here that how bright the screen is. Lovely. And as soon as it comes on, then it loads up the Orca. Whoops. So as soon as we turn it on, it loads up the Orca navigation chart overlay straight away. This is really nice. The Display 2 has a 10.1 inch fully HD display with a sustained 1000 nits of brightness. So basically, as bright as it is now, we should be able to take it into direct sunlight and it'll still be as bright. This is going to make a huge difference for visibility, especially when we're sailing in bright sunlight or at night. The colours look super vibrant and it feels incredibly robust. Well built, exactly what you want on a sailboat where things can get knocked around a bit, as you've just seen. So what are the key features that have really sold us with Orca? Well, firstly, the Display 2 isn't just a tablet. It's purpose-built, designed for marine environments, unlike a normal tablet or smartphone. So it's waterproof, IPX6 rated, meaning it can withstand powerful water jets from any direction. It's also built to withstand exposure to the elements and can operate in temperatures anywhere from -15 to +55 degrees Celsius. That means it won't overheat and shut down on a sunny day like our Android tablet has done in the past. So Orca's rugged construction is essential really for life on a sailboat. So secondly, as I'd mentioned, that the 10.1 inch high resolution screen is paramount for clear chart viewing. The display also has treated etched glass which will minimise glare, making viewing charts and the instrument panels clear from various angles, even in direct sunlight. This is essential so we can see all our critical data at a glance. The screen has wet touch technology, so even if rain droplets are on the screen, it shouldn't compromise our ability to navigate using the touchscreen feature. The third point would be, from what I've experienced so far and from playing around with the Orca app on my smartphone, the Orca system is an incredibly user-friendly interface. Everything is designed to be super intuitive, which will be crucial when trying to navigate safely, especially in challenging conditions. I don't want to be fumbling through menus when we should be looking at the water, so we really love the intuitive interface. As you can see, we have the weather at our fingertips, don't have to go searching for it. We have instrument panel we can add just at our fingertips. And a simple to use menu and settings options, all very simple and intuitive. And the fourth thing that was a big selling point is that Orca Display 2 comes with preloaded global charts, which is regularly updated, meaning we'll always have the most current chart information available. So download the Orca charts. We have access to charts around the UK, but also anywhere in the Med without paying any extra fees for downloading those charts, which I just think is a massive selling point and great customer service from Orca. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It is very windy outside, and yeah, you can hear the wind whistling through the shrouds and the standing rigging. The Orca Display 2 also has a built-in multi-band GNSS receiver, which gives a GPS position accuracy down to 50 centimeters. That's incredibly precise for safe navigation, especially in tricky areas, which is a huge peace of mind for safety. Now, the display boasts fast speeds, packing an 8-core CPU and a dual-core GPU, all of which really don't mean that much to me, but it's said that this makes the Orca Display 2 the fastest marine navigation device ever. Now, that's impressive. Now, from what I've seen, zooming in and panning around are super fast, but let's have a look at how quickly the Core creates a route plan. We'll start from here in Strangford Lough, where we are, and we'll go to, let's say, the Isle of Gay in Scotland. Forgot where it is, up here. And we're just going to go here to Ardminish Bay and navigate to. Where do we want to navigate from? Our home port. And boom, there we go. A matter of a few seconds and we have a route plan over 104 nautical miles. Very quick. If you don't know Gay, go and check out our video of us sailing from Strangford to Gay. The place is amazing, very beautiful. Okay, so that was a very fast route plan. Given the journey is over 100 nautical miles, and this is taking into account weather, indicating whether we'd be sailing or motoring. As indicated by the little engine. So yeah, I'm very impressed with the speed of that route plan. Okay, so the fifth thing I love is that the battery boasts an awesome 8-hour battery life from fully charged. It can also be charged via its USB-C port from a USB or a mains connection. However, we really love the fact that the display's mounting frame is also a wireless ultra-fast 25-watt charger. So this, without any doubt, will maintain the battery power of the display on passages. When we were sailing aboard our Albin Vega so far, we found that the Android tablet with its screen brightness turned up, especially when you were in the cockpit, and having the GPS on, we really struggled to keep the tablet's battery charged, even when it was connected to the charger. So sometimes we would lose all charge, especially on longer passages. So having the reliability of this extended battery life with Orca is a game changer for us. As I may have mentioned, you can use a standard tablet or smartphone with the Orca's app, but hopefully this has given you some insight as to why we've went for Orca Display 2 and not just using Android or iOS tablet. Yeah, really impressed with the Orca Display. Okay, so next up is the Orca Core 2. This compact unit is the real powerhouse behind the system, which in time will connect all our boat sensors and data streams and feed the information wirelessly into the Display 2 and other devices. Look how compact this is. It's much smaller than I thought it would have been, which is great for finding a suitable mounting position on the boat. It can be mounted inside the boat or out on the deck somewhere. It's NMEA powered, which is great, so no complex electrical work needed, just a basic installation if you already have an NMEA 2000 network. Now let's talk about the Core 2 and its benefits and why it's such a pivotal part of the setup. Well, the Core 2 boasts a GNSS accuracy of 1.5 meters and a compass accuracy of less than 1.5 degrees. Crucially, it has a built-in 9-axis inertial motor unit with motion compensation. Now, what that means is the Core 2 will give a more accurate wind data and stable radar overlays if you have a radar installed, even in choppy seas, accounting for the boat's heel and pitch. It also helps to monitor how your boat is sailing, which can be compared to the polars for your particular boat, which should improve your sailing efficiency. Now, if you're not familiar with polars, each boat has a set of polars which kind of indicate how fast the boat should be sailing, depending on wind speed and wind angle. So looking at the polars for your particular boat, if you're not sailing at that speed, then perhaps you're not sailing as efficiently as you should be. Therefore, you can look at things such as your sail trim or your sail setup or other things like that that might be affecting your sailing performance. The Core 2 will act as a central hub within the NMEA network. This will bring together all the boat's instrument data from GPS, depth sounder to wind sensors, engine and battery monitors, and also AIS transceivers. It will even integrate with your radar or autopilots. The Core can then process all that information and send it wirelessly to the Orca Display 2 or even a smartphone or tablet, so we can have all this data available at a glance. Now, we don't have much equipment to add to our NMEA network yet, but we'll build up our NEMA network over time. We have a new speed and depth transducer on its way, so that'll be the first instrument we can add to our Orca Core and start our NMEA network off. And after that, definitely a new VHF radio with AIS and DSC, as our current VHF is it's dated, let's just say. Now, the biggest selling point for the Core 2 for me, and which I think is a real game changer, is that the Core 2 creates its own Wi-Fi network, allowing us to access all our navigation data on multiple devices at the same time. It has a wireless range of 50 meters, which means I can have the main Orca Display 2 up in the helm, but someone could be monitoring progress or looking at charts and weather on a tablet or smartphone down below in the saloon. It blows my mind that we can have multiple devices accessing that data from anywhere really in the boat. So why did I choose this specific Orca Display 2 and Orca 2 combination over the other options on the market? Well, the biggest draw for me was the idea of a fully integrated modern system instead of piecing together different brands of equipment that might not talk to each other. By centralizing all the sensor data through the Orca Core 2 and display it on the Orca Display, we'll have real-time accurate wind, depth, AIS and eventually radar information all on one clear screen, perfect for safety and efficiency. So we wanted a system that was powerful enough to handle all of our current and future navigation needs, but also simple enough to use. The Orca system seems to strike that balance. It's got advanced features, but I feel it's designed to be intuitive for sailors of all skill levels. The old system on Aquarius as well, it's old, it's dated, and there's no NMEA connections on the Garmin chart plotter. And this would mean integrating new instruments with existing chart plotters. It would be a complete ball ache. Now, while not inexpensive, when you consider the features, performance and the fact that the charts are included, Orca becomes a highly competitive solution compared to traditional multi-function display chart plotters, especially when you factor in the subscription costs of other navigation apps, not to mention the cost of paying for additional charts that weren't included. I honestly think Orca is breaking the mould of traditional marine navigation tech. I believe this is the way forward in marine navigation, and that these fixed mounted bulky chart plotters will soon be a thing of the past, but that's just my opinion. Ultimately, when Kelly and I go sailing, we want a reliable and easy to use navigation system where safety is paramount. Knowing I have accurate charts, reliable data and a system I can trust will give us confidence when we eventually get out on the water, especially as we plan for longer passages on Aquarius. So I'm really excited about getting Orca installed on the boat and getting to put it to some use. We'll be documenting the entire installation process in some upcoming videos, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. Now, if you have any questions about the Orca Display 2 or the Orca Core 2 or anything about the Sailboat refit, then drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you're as excited about this refit as we are, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Would really appreciate that. Now, I've also included some links in the description below if you want to find out some more information about Orca, or if you'd like to purchase it, you can check those out. If you'd like to support our channel in other ways, there are also some links in the description box below. We'd really appreciate your time checking those out. That's it for this video, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Please leave us a comment and let us know what you thought and what you think of Orca, and we'd really appreciate that. But that's it for this video, so we'll see you soon.